So the games are coming thick and fast for United. After beating City in the derby, a magnificent win that really showed fans, you know what? We have progressed since that 6-3 away at the Etihad, 2-1 at Old Trafford. Let's go to Crystal Palace now on Wednesday night before we face Arsenal on Sunday at the Emirates in what could be one of the defining games of the season. And the importance of that game, it can be changed by the result that happens on Wednesday. We go to face Crystal Palace. This is my predicted starting 11 video. I'm going to run through my prediction, each position, early team news, what the club's officially saying, all the question marks around Casemiro and Fred and Martinez and Weghorst, and I'll cover all of it. So make sure you drop a like on the video. And big up to Erik for popping into this video for the predicted 11 before the game comes up tomorrow. But look, let's run through the latest news that we know. Now, first and foremost, I want to say Crystal Palace away is never an easy game. I might still stand as my favourite away day. One of my favourite away days was the Matic winner, that 3-2 when we come from 2-0 down. Crystal Palace right now, though, they are not in form. Look at their results. Obviously, they lost 1-0 to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge at the weekend. That was probably one of their better performances. Let's run through the previous ones. Losing to Southampton in the FA Cup, getting pumped in the second half by Spurs at home. Before that, losing against Bournemouth. Before that, losing against Fulham. Before that, drawing against Trabzonspor. Before that, losing against Nottingham Forest. Before that, losing on penalties against Newcastle. Before that, they won a game. Back on the 6th of November. Crystal Palace's form right now is utterly abysmal. Early in the season, they were in pretty damn good form under Patrick Vieira, but not right now. And Manchester United are the complete opposite. So we have to go into this game with the confidence, and not the arrogance, but the confidence that we are going for our 10th win in succession. We are flying high at this particular moment in time. In terms of team news, Jack Butland is unavailable, of course, because we took him on loan from Crystal Palace. Diogo Dalot, Anthony Martial. There's question marks around fitness. Marcus Rashford, also question marks around fitness. We'll get updates from Ten Hag on that as and when. But this was the starting 11 that played City at the weekend. He made some changes. He put Bruno out on the right wing over there to accommodate for Fred in the middle. Shaw kept his position there at left centre-back. Malacia down there. There are questions to be asked about, I would say, each area. Defence, midfield and attack, there are questions. First and foremost, I think this is where we see, I said that twice now, first and foremost, so you can't have two first and foremost, a bit weird. Lisandro Martinez, I think, comes back in for this game. If Lisandro Martinez was completely fit, would he have started the derby? I mean, you could say maybe not, because Luke Shaw's form as left centre-back has been absolutely phenomenal. But I think we're going to be seeing this. I think we'll see Malacia drop to the bench. I think we'll see Shaw come out to his natural position. And I think we'll see Martinez come in there. Now, Luke Shaw has been absolutely wonderful for Manchester United at left centre-back. And I think we could be seeing him there again. We definitely will see him there away at Barcelona for sure. Ten Hag has found he's got an alternative there. So the Martinez being suspended for that game shouldn't damage us as much as it could have done. In terms of his partner, you might not like it. I think we'll be seeing Harry Maguire, because I don't think that Erik Ten Hag will be playing Rafa Varane for 90 minutes 3 times in an 8-day period. So I think in this game, he's going to choose to rest Varane. And I think he'll put in Harry Maguire. Now, that could be Lindelof. It could be someone else. But I've told you this before, and we've seen it already. Maguire is a better defender when he plays alongside Martinez. Pretty much everybody is a better defender when they play alongside Martinez. And as a partnership, they certainly would work and do work better than Maguire and Lindelof. Now, I think Wan-Bissaka will be keeping his spot up against his former team. He's playing so good at this moment in time. Diogo Dalot, we don't know whether he's completely fully fit. He won't be risked. Wan-Bissaka's banging form. Why would you take him out when he's going back to his former club? So I would keep him in there, and of course De Gea's in goal. So that's my back five: Shaw, Martinez, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. And it's in midfield where you get the biggest question of them all. Does Casemiro get risked? Casemiro and Fred are both 1 yellow card away from being suspended and being ruled out of the game against Arsenal. Now, you can let me know in the comments below whether you think that Casemiro is going to be rested. But spoiler alert, I don't think he will. I think Casemiro stays in that starting 11. Look, man, Casemiro, the good thing is about these yellow cards is the slate gets wiped after this game. So if he gets a yellow against Arsenal, he won't be suspended for the next game. This is literally the last game for it. Casemiro is experienced enough and has played enough games. He's played games on yellow cards for like 70 minutes. He knows what to do, and he'll know fully what to do. And this will be a game where Ten Hag you know how Ten Hag has talked about energy consumption in the game. The fact that if you are 2-0 up in the last and going into the last 30, you don't have to expend as much energy. I think it will be Casemiro starting this game, and I think it will be McTominay coming on hopefully around about the 60th minute mark when United are a couple of goals ahead. That's a dream case scenario. It might not work out like that, but I don't think that Casemiro will be rested. And I tell you what, every single time I've ever said I expect Erik ten Hag to rest Christian Eriksen, he's just started him. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he's going to start again. I would probably take him out of the team. Probably would. I think we've got enough there. Because I probably would do this. Right? If I was Erik ten Hag, I'd probably do that. Actually, no, I wouldn't start Fred. I'll speak about Fred in a little bit. Sorry. I think I would start Eriksen because... Oh, no, I forgot. There he is. Wrong photo. Fred. Quite the opposite of what I'm talking about Casemiro. Casemiro is experienced enough, knowledgeable, smart enough to go through a 90-minute game without, I'd probably say a 65-minute game, ideally, without getting that yellow. Fred, I wouldn't trust him to do that. No offense, Fred. And we need Fred against Arsenal. So I think Fred comes off. And I think Fred was going to come off anyway because Bruno, I'm bringing back in there. And yeah, I've accidentally, oh no, he's over there. I kind of showed you who I thought was going to start on the right wing. I think Antony comes back into the starting 11 for this game. Now, I know for quite a few United fans, he's been frustrating because Antony's been squaring up to his defender constantly and just turning around, passing it backwards, not skipping past his man and becoming far too predictable. And I do agree with that criticism of his game. He was left out the starting 11 against City for the right reasons because we needed Bruno out on there because we needed Fred in the middle to do that job on Kevin De Bruyne. I think Antony will come back into this starting 11 here. And this has to be, because we've got games every 3 to 4 days, there has to be rotation. There has to be. This same 11 cannot play every single game. It's impossible. There will be just injuries, fatigue. Antony, man. I think Erik ten Hag will trust him to do a job on that right wing. And I think he will do a job on that right wing. Now, there's still questions to ask about quite a few players. Rashford is a player I think Erik ten Hag would love to rest against Crystal Palace, because of the game that's coming up against Arsenal. But I don't think he can. I just don't think he can. Right now, Manchester United he is our guy. The winner against City. 9 goals in 9 consecutive games at Old Trafford. His form is on a different level altogether. Now, Garnacho could very much start this game on that left wing, and maybe you'll see Rashford start through the middle, depending on the fitness of Martial. He went off at half-time against City, and I don't even think he was fit to start against City. But then we've got a question about whether or not this man will make his debut. Now, something he said in his full interview that was released on Manchester United's official website, this point here in particular, I think is important. He's talking about the pressing part of his game, and he said, look, that's one of my strengths, especially without the ball, to put the pressure on the opponent, be active. That's something I'm capable of, and it's also something in the way that Ten Hag wants me to play. And in my opinion, I think so long as he's completely fit, and we've seen him train every single day, I think train 3-4 days. He was fit to start for Besiktas. Yes, there's a different pace to the game, but I think we're going to be seeing Weghorst in, and I think we're going to see him in the starting 11. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I think regardless of whether we see him in the starting 11 or not, I think we'll see him make his debut for Manchester United. Now, you may well see him start up front there. Oh, that's the wrong thing to do. Weghorst starting up front there. Garnacho playing down on the left wing. Rashford left down there on the bench, and in an ideal situation, not really needing to be used. But if we need to use him, he'll come on in the 60th minute. That could well happen. But it just strikes me, I think Ten Hag will go into this game and say to these players, look, lads, got Arsenal away on Sunday. They're top of the league. We're going for the Premier League title. Kill this game in 60 minutes. Be 2-3-0 up. Then Rashford come off. Then Casemiro come off. Then we'll rest the players. Instead of needing to chase the game for the last 20-30, which would be more intense, kill the game off in the first half an hour. That's why I would start Rashford. And I think Weghorst will start. Depending on... Actually, I don't think it depends on Martial's fitness. I just think he should start. That's my starting 11. Let's go through it in full. De Gea with a back four of Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka. A midfield three of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno. And a front three of Rashford, Antony, and Weghorst making his debut. You let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But in terms of a prediction, I think I'm going to go for a tight 1-0. On the podcast, the lads were more confident 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. Actually, no, Alex said it was going to be 1-0. I'm going to go for a tight 1-0 win. And if Man United can come out of this game with a win, with no injuries and no suspensions, and head to that game against Arsenal on Sunday, what a game we've got on our hands. But my prediction's a 1-0 win. You can let me know what your prediction is and what your predicted starting 11 is. That's mine. Make sure you subscribe to United People TV if you're new. And come on, Palace are right now garbage. We've got to have that confidence to beat them. We've got to.